Sergio Perez is one of the drivers still with a key target coming into the final race of the year in Abu Dhabi, as he bids to secure second place in the championship ahead of Charles Leclerc. And the Mexican was in good form in final practice, topping the session with a soft tyre run that saw him duck under the 1 minute 25 second mark at the Yas Marina circuit. And in an ominous sign for Red Bull's rivals, Max Verstappen was right behind him in P2, just a tenth and a half off his teammate, even though the world champion will have to be a little more careful when it comes to track limits in qualifying.
We believe that would have been done for track limits at turns 5 and 16.
Yeah, I know.
Very good.
Verstappen had kept his powder dry and only came out on track with less than half an hour left on the session clock. So it was left to the resurgent Mercedes team to make the run, with Lewis Hamilton leading George Russell in a Silver Arrows 1-2 early on. They eventually finished P3 and P4, with Hamilton again ahead, though the seven-time champ may yet have a case to answer with the stewards after he was spotted passing two cars under a red flag.
Hamilton overtook the Haas as well under the red flag.
Okay, understood.
That red flag was flying after a strange incident for Pierre Gasly, who was out on track when an apparent failure with the front right caused his wheel brow to remove itself from his car.
Yeah, puncture, front right, is in.
I think it happened earlier. I felt like something strange from turn 3 was a bit strange with the front. So.
Yeah, we are missing some pieces there.
A marshal was dispatched to retrieve the errant piece of carbon fibre as Gasly recovered to the pits. The Frenchman did make it back out on track and finished 15th fastest after missing a chunk of time while the team repaired his car. Lando Norris was an impressive P5 behind the Red Bulls and the Mercedes, despite a worrying moment when his car got rather too hot in the desert conditions of Abu Dhabi.
I got fire on the front left brake.
Smoking brakes aside, he still had the pace to slot in ahead of the two Ferraris, with Charles Leclerc in particular unhappy with his car throughout the session, despite finishing just ahead of teammate Carlos Sainz.
I had a big moment a big moment. I had quite a lot of bottoming into turn 2, which made me lose the rear. Strange.
Understood.
Alex Albon was also looking quick, finishing up in P10 for Williams, though his mechanics will have to make some quick repairs to his FW44 before qualifying, as a piece of bodywork was seen shaking loose and flying off the car through turn 5 in the dying moments of the session. So it was Perez leading the charge at the top of the timesheets, followed by Verstappen and the two Mercedes of Hamilton and Russell. Norris was P5 with Leclerc and Sainz just behind. Daniel Ricciardo was 8th in the second McLaren, followed by Sebastian Vettel and Albon. Esteban Ocon was 11th ahead of Alpine teammate Fernando Alonso, with Yuki Tsunoda P13, Valtteri Bottas P14 and Gasly 15th. Lance Stroll was next for Aston Martin, followed by the Haas duo of Kevin Magnussen and Mick Schumacher, with Zhou Guanyu and Nicholas Latifi rounding out the order. Next up, it's qualifying.